my first love, like my first man that I ever encountered with, did everything with, was supposed to be my husband, but I was the one that messed it up. Now, God revealed this to me right after I got saved, and he revealed this to me in a dream. And I haven't talked to my first love in like, it has probably been over 7 years, going on 8 years since I last talked to him. Now when I was with him for about 7 years, and he was like my childhood boyfriend. And I got with him when I was 13. Yes, I was young. And then we broke up at 18. And then we reconnected when I was 21, and we stopped talking when I was 22. And when I was 22, he was trying to marry me, and I didn't want to get married. I got scared. And just a little background with me and him, he got saved within the middle of our relationship. He found God in the middle of our relationship, and he used to tell me about what the information and the new knowledge that he was getting. And at the time, I didn't want to hear it. What my focus was worldly. I wanted to party. I wanted to be with my friends. And then at that time, like, it was like a tug of war with me and him. Like, he was fighting for me, but I was like trying to go astray, kind of. And when we reconnected when I was 21, 22, we were going to church together, and then we were supposed to come up with like a courtship with the elder, and I ended up bailing. And then right after that, I had a baby. And at that time, like, I just thought that he was just boring and he didn't want to do nothing. He only wanted to go to church. He didn't want to go out or travel or do anything that I wanted to do at my young tender mind, at my young tender age. And really, I regret it, because I'm 28 now, and like, the problems that we were having weren't problems that I had with other men. Like, he was the first man that would ever like pray for me, that ever like talk about God. Like, he was the first and only man that like wanted God to be in the center of our relationship. And that was really a blessing, but I took it for granted, and I thought that it was something better out here. Me being too selfish and too worldly. And of course I had a baby with another man or whatever, not with him, but I just regret it. And like, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I was watching a video about Tia and Tamara. Well, the famous twins, Tamara, she divorced her husband, and it just seemed like she's spiraling, and she regret her decision. And that's like reminds me of me. Like, I regret my decision. And I know that I'm making this video also is because I know that it's women out there that be like, oh, I want a man that's going to do this, that, and the third, that's going to pay for this and pay for that. Don't you want a man that's going to pray for you? Like, you should want a man that wants to pray for you, that know God, that want God to be in the center, that want to marry you without a doubt. And like, a lot of us got it messed up, and it's really the enemy that made me go astray from him, because he knew that was sent by God. Like, he was supposed to be my husband, and I didn't have to go from man to man to find him. It was just like right there. Like, God sent him first, and the enemy got in my mind. And of course, outside people was like, oh, you're not gonna end up being with him. You need to explore. You need to find out if that's really what you want. And I'm here to tell you, if you have a God-fearing man, a man that's gonna pray for you when things is hard, you got a good man. Regardless of the situation, if you want a man with a bigger bag, help him get a bigger bag. Like, it's really nobody out here for real that's like that. So I'm just saying, like, I'm just coming on here to say, if don't leave your man for 10% of what he don't got. It's not worth it. You don't want to be like me, like feeling like you missed the opportunity. And I don't know if he might come across this video, but I'm sorry. I didn't know no better. I was worldly. I was of this world. I loved this world too much at one point in my life. And I changed. Like, I realized he who loves the world don't love God, period. So, like, don't leave your husband for a situationship or a boyfriend. It's not worth it.
Yo, this right here is crazy. But let's just hope that man found the woman that he deserved. Because sounds like the ex was a good man. But look, here's the reality, fellas. And this is why you gotta pay attention to a woman past and the things that she chose to do in her past. If a woman chooses to leave a good man because she thinks the grass is greener on the other side, just understand she's who she is. Because what usually happens with women like this is in their prime years, they give it to the streets, only to one day wake up and realize, like, yo, you know what? That guy that I had back in the day that I left, he was actually a good man and I let him get away. That was my husband. And what's so crazy, she's actually blaming the enemy, and whole time the enemy is her. You see, like, this is the type of things that some of these women do instead of taking accountability. They always gonna be like, yo, God told me that was my husband, but the enemy, who's the enemy? The enemy gotta be you. Look yourself in the mirror, because you are who you are. Basically, in this video, she's just telling us that she left a good man for the streets and now she's a single mother. That's what birds do. So it is what it is, man. But as a man, you got to pay attention to the signs and understand something, fellas. You can't save a bird. That's just the bottom line.
Let me tell you, if there's one thing that I know, is that literally if a woman wanted to see you, she is going to see you. She is not going to care how she gets there. Because no lie, let me tell y'all, there was this time where I was dating this man, and he was coming back and forth to see me. He lived in another state. And I never went to go see him because, like, my life just did not permit it at the time. So I had planned, like, this little birthday get-together for him and his friends. And I invited his family. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is gonna be so cool. Like, I got an Airbnb. I had made reservations at this restaurant. Like, I was really like, yeah, I'm gonna do my big one for him, okay? Y'all, I kid you not, everything that could go wrong went the fuck wrong, okay? It went wrong. And I should have took that as a sign. But no, I was like, no, I'm gonna make sure I make it, okay? I'm gonna make sure I make it. The rental car did not come. They just literally was like, oh no, they canceled. There was no other rental cars nearby. So you know what I did? I rented a U-Haul to go see that man. And y'all know they charge by the mile, okay? I took that almost 5 hours away. The whole way it is raining cats and dogs. I kid you not, raining cats and dogs. And I have anxiety, so I'm like freaking out, like, oh my god, I'm not gonna make the dinner. Now I have everyone going to this Airbnb. Oh my gosh, like, what do I do next? So I'm like, okay, so I just start Instacarting everything I possibly can from this son. I'm like, let me order this, and this. I kid you not, this is a true story. Hands to God. And I'm freaking out. So I pull up this U-Haul, right? I'm already freaking out. I'm having anxiety. Y'all, I start throwing up on the side of the car. Like throwing up because I'm having anxiety. You know what happens next? Why his friends walk outside? Why the fuck did his friends walk outside? And they're like, are you okay? No! I'm sitting here throwing up on the side of the car because I'm having anxiety and I have to go inside. And the whole me and this person's family, I'm late by like 2 hours. Everybody's waiting on me. And now I have to cook. Needless to say, the dinner was magnificent. Duh. But I was super awkward, had anxiety. But this is just a show. If she wanted to, she is gonna do it for you, okay? Period.
Now, this right here is pure facts. And this is why I always tell you dudes, bro, don't chase women. Don't feed the birds. Because when a woman is really into you, fam, like when a woman sees you as him, she's gonna find a way to get to you without you having to spend any money on her. She's gonna make an effort. She's gonna book the flight. She's gonna ask you out. Trust me, bro. But when a woman is not into you, she's gonna make it difficult for you, bro. She's gonna make you chase her. She's gonna make you take her on dates. And it's funny because when a woman is into a dude, he ain't gotta do none of that. Fellas, be wise out here, bro, and listen to her. Trust me.
Ruby Rose says Drewski paid her to be his girlfriend and their relationship was a PR stunt. So you got Ruby Rose saying that that boy Drewski was out here paying her to be his girlfriend. Boy, how lame can you get? I remember when it came out that Drewski was dating Ruby Rose. Something just wasn't right? And I was like, hey, Shorty's going to get the bag from him, right? I ain't know it was this. I ain't know he basically was paying her to be his girl. And she went on to say, and we ain't even do nothing. I just got the check, you know what I'm saying? Got paid. And we pretended we was together. Imagine working hard to be famous, to be successful, to be a top percent of men in earnings in the United States, and you gotta pay a joint to be your girl. Boy, if you don't go that way, man, go that way with that, Drewski.
Look, I don't know who is lying. If it's her by saying that it was a PR stunt, or if it's him, Drewski, saying love don't cost a thing. One thing that we know for sure, he wifed up a bird. And this is what happens whenever you wife up a woman for the streets, bro. It just never ends well. Even if you paid her for a PR stunt, shouldn't there be some type of NDA? That shouldn't be disclosed. So even if that was the case, that should be confidential. So she talking about it is crazy. But fellas, the bottom line is this, bro. This is why you don't feed the birds. Let a bird fly high, bro. You know who she is. Why would you even want to be attached to a woman who is clearly for the streets as a PR move? That's just kind of weird. Either way, this whole situation is weird. But fellas, this is why you don't try to save a bird. Let a bird fly high, bro. For real.
If you haven't yet, go get you some of that merch. You all already know, don't feed the birds. That's what it is. We don't feed the birds over here. So if you rock with your boy, go get you some of that good merch.